What's up, guys? It's Monty. We're back with another trailer reaction. I'm joined, as always, by my good friend Zack. Zack, what's up?
Not a lot, man. I enjoyed the first Captain Marvel movie, thought it was pretty good. So excited to see what they got for the sequel here. So let's do it.
This is Miss Marvel.
Who's Miss Marvel?
Hey
Oh,
guys.
Nicki,
Oh,
you're
hey, hey, Nicki.
you're still here?
Well, you guys left the door unlocked, so I figured I just walked in this time.
Oh,
Okay, I guess that's on us
yeah,
then.
that's on us then. All right. So, are you guys excited to watch the trailer for the new Disney Plus series from the MCU, Miss Marvel?
I don't know who that is, but sure, let's do it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've really enjoyed all the MCU Disney Plus shows so far, and I expect nothing less from this one. And I'm very curious, so let's.
All right. I've been waiting all day to watch this thing. I'm super excited. Let's go. Are you guys ready?
Let's do it.
Ready?
All right. Let's hit it.
Oh man, school.
Yeah.
Oh.
So she's a nerd. All right, cool. Cool.
Nerds are cool.
First off, I just want to say,
Oh,
Whoa.
this is
I
a
love the
banger right here.
style.
high school.
Kamala. Another adventure shirt. Cute.
Oh.
Ooh,
Wait,
hot
is
topics
this
in this
meta?
universe.
I know.
Is this
people
like a super
this.
meta movie?
Well, the Avengers would have a
Wait,
clothing line. I'm sure there would be merch.
But
Oh, I'm sure they would too.
windowed in your
I,
little
I just
Oh, yeah,
love the
that's
way
right.
this looks.
Wait,
Ooh.
Kamala. Hey, already? Really? What, like,
Do you figure out my whole future before lunch?
I thought that was Wilder Valderrama at first.
Wilmer
Oh, that's a good. That
Valderrama.
actually does look like him.
I spend too much time
All right.
in Fantasyland.
It's okay, we all do.
It's not
New
really
York,
the brown
baby.
girls From Jersey City, you save the world.
Oh,
That's a fantasy too.
Okay, this is interesting.
Oh wow.
yeah.
I want to see like how is she getting those powers
You know why? Did you hear something?
from the bracelet?
Well, it's a complete reinvention of her power set.
Cosmic.
Oh.
Huh.
I always thought I wanted this kind of life,
This song's a banger.
but
Yeah.
I never imagined any of this.
You know what you are.
Oh shoot.
I'm a superhero.
I'm gonna be honest, none of this is making any sense to me. But it looks fun.
Oh, this song is a banger. I agree.
And the song is an absolute banger, so
I mean, it's absolutely supposed to invoke a sense of fun. I
Alright.
really like the look of it. Do you guys want to watch it again, or do you think you're good with one viewing to talk about it?
I mean I can watch it again. I don't know that I'll get anything extra out of it, but just because I was so confused. But
I mean,
I
understandable.
just I feel like I have no context. I have no backdrop to even like
All right. Well,
react to
I'll
it,
give you a little background of the stuff that I know about Miss Marvel. Like I said,
Okay.
Miss Marvel is Marvel's first leading character in a comic book to be of a Muslim descent. She's Pakistani. She's from Jersey City. She idolizes superheroes. She grows up kind of an outsider in her family. She has a very conservative brother. Her mother's very, strict, wants her to get married, wants her to stay away from boys, and her father wants her to essentially just grow up to be a doctor. So she's kind of like struggling with her place in the world because she's the weird one. She likes movies, she likes comics, she likes TV shows. So her early stories are very much similar to Peter Parker, the old Stan Lee, Steve Ditko Peter Parker stories, because she's just a young person trying to find their place in the world, and they don't know exactly who they are yet or who they want to become. And she idolizes Carol Danvers, Miss Marvel, because Carol to her represents everything that she's not. She is this person who's not held down by any of the things that she's held down by. So we get a lot of that in this trailer. We get a lot of that hero worship. We get a lot of the fact that she is essentially a bit of an outsider in her school, amongst her family. She's struggling with her identity. She's struggling to find her place in the world. And I really appreciate that, because the reason why Kamala Khan became such a popular character in the comics is because she's a surrogate for the audience. Like she's very relatable to a lot of people. I mean, I instantly, related to her in a lot of ways because I think growing up reading comics, you do feel a little isolated. You do feel like an outsider, especially before the MCU became popular, because it was really a niche hobby. And I get a lot of the feelings I had growing up from her as a character, and I really love that. But what did you guys think of the trailer? Are you picking up on any of that stuff that I talked about, or did you guys pick up on something different?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely get some of that hero worship stuff, and her being maybe a little bit of an outcast or an outsider, if you will. Um, the stuff that I really enjoyed with that trailer was the colors. You know, it was very colorful. Her whatever her power set is, this sort of what'd she call it? Something
She said it was cosmic.
Cosmic, yeah, right. The sort of cosmic color scheme. We get a lot of that type of stuff in like the Doctor Strange movies also, I feel like, that I was a big fan of. Her being the first Muslim, that's what you said, right? Muslim Pakistani.
Yeah, she's Pakistani, I believe.
Yeah, so seeing there was clearly a lot of like cultural elements in the trailer. I'm a big fan of movies and TV shows that explore other cultures, whether they be real or made up. So like something like Black Panther, I love that movie. Coco from Pixar, same deal. So that, I mean, I'm excited to see that. Anything that we venture out into, you know, other cultures is fun for me. Yeah, it looked fun. I mean, that's more or less what I can say about it.
Nicki,
Yeah,
what were your
honestly,
thoughts?
I was gonna say I echo a lot of what Zach just said. I really dug that trailer. I also don't have a lot of insight into Ms. Marvel and her backstory or anything to do with the comics aside from what you've told me. But I really dug that trailer, and I definitely got that vibe of her being an outsider, for lack of a better word, a nerd for sure, a fangirl of the existing superheroes within the universe. I mean, she was clearly drawing fan art. She had a T-shirt with existing characters on it, specifically female characters. I believe I saw Valkyrie, Carol, and I want to say Hope were on that T-shirt she was wearing. So she definitely idolizes them, and was daydreaming about being a hero herself, which, at least, especially for me, as someone who is a huge nerd in middle and high school, who did fan art and wrote fan fiction, like I resonate with that just on a personal level. But I think, like you said, talking about just her cultural and her upbringing, I think that's what's going to resonate also with a lot of people as well. If not to diverge too much, but I mean, I know Zach just brought up Coco. Turning Red, the Pixar film, just came out and hits a lot of those beats with just kind of the diversity, like representing different culture, having a female protagonist in school who feels kind of like an outsider, wants to go against expectations from their family. Where I think it's a story that we've seen a lot, but it'll be interesting to see it within the MCU, and I think with Kamala especially. And I agree, it looked like a blast. Her powers look really interesting. I know from what you told me, like there's a bit of a divergence from her powers.
Yeah, let's talk about that actually, because that's a bit of a, I don't want to say controversy, but I know a lot of people were talking about it when rumors started coming out that she would have projection-based powers. Like her powers look very similar to that of a Green Lantern ring. Like she looks like she's making constructs. Where in the comic books she had the ability to shapeshift, to change her size. And she called it embiggening. A lot of the time she would like inflate her fists and stretch her arms and feet. And I it's not, for how similar this is to the comics and how faithful it looks like an adaptation this is going to be, I really don't mind the change, because that line, it's cosmic. They're really trying to relate her, I think, more to Carol and to
Monica
Rambeau. They're trying to kind of group them all together, and I think this new power that she does have is a way to kind of like keep them all similar while differentiating them a little bit, because they all really have different power sets, but they all kind of are represented in the same way. And you can even see her kind of use her beginning from the comics in this trailer, where she makes the giant purple fist. So I think that's cool, and I really don't have a problem with the change in powers. I think it works for the MCU proper. There's so many other things that they kept. Like, I like that she's from Jersey City. I like that she grew up across the water from Manhattan, so she could see where essentially the MCU started. She could see where the Battle of New York happened and where all these heroes are really coming in and out of. And plays a big part into her character as well, because she's always kind of on the outside looking, looking in, looking towards something, until she finally is able to do it. So I do appreciate the little changes they make, and again, it looks pretty faithful of an adaptation for what it is so far.
Yeah, I mean, based on what you've said, it seems like it should follow the story for the most part, even if the powers have changed a little bit. Obviously, that's not going to bother me. I have no frame of reference for what her power set is supposed to be. Um, so from what I saw, it looks cool. And honestly, when I'm watching superhero movies, that's like a big portion of what I'm looking for is just like be fun, just be cool and be fun. I'm not looking for super deep meaning in these movies most of the time. Or I keep saying movies, but this is a TV show. But same difference. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Nikki, do you have any other final thoughts?
Yeah, I was gonna say because I know you had kind of told me a little bit about the difference in her powers. Because from what you described of how she's in the comics, her powers sound a little more akin to Mr. Fantastic in
Yeah.
terms of the stretching and expanding her hands. But I mean, kind of like what you guys have said, I think her powers look really cool in this trailer. Kind of like this psychedelic Doctor Strange esque vibe that Zach described. Because I really dug that movie and the visuals in that as well. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward also just to see how Kamala's portrayal in the show will transfer into the Marvels, because I really loved how Monica was portrayed in WandaVision. So seeing how Kamala is in the show, I'm excited to see what we're getting from that as it leads into the Marvels movie.
Yeah, and just to touch on a couple of things that you brought up, yeah, her powers definitely do resemble Mr. Fantastic's on the surface level, on the bare surface level. So I can see why they're kind of distancing themselves from that a little bit. And also, it looks like they're removing any trace that she was or is an Inhuman like she was in the comics, because I guess they want to stay as far away from that property as possible after the TV show. Or they just kind of want to focus on other aspects of the Inhuman community, like the royal family. But yeah, I really like kind of already what this is setting up for the Marvels, because you have Carol and then you have Monica, who essentially has issues with Carol, as we saw from WandaVision. She has a bone to pick with her, and then you have Kamala, who idolizes Carol. So it's really going to be interesting to see that kind of dichotomy between the two, and then Carol in the middle of that kind of worship and anger, and that really has me more excited for that movie as well. But I really like the look of this. It looks like a coming of age story. It looks like it's so weird because Marvel is so good at shifting genres. Like you have Moon Knight that comes out in a couple of weeks, and that looks like a supernatural horror, like really good monster type of show. And then you have something like this that really feels like a coming of age story, a high school movie, something that's very relatable to young kids. And I just love the way they're able to shift genres. But do you guys have any other thoughts on the trailer?
Nothing that sticks out. I'm very much looking forward to it. I think a lot of the Marvel MCU live action shows that have come out so far have all been a ton of fun to watch so far. I pretty much enjoy all of them. So I'm expecting to enjoy this as well so far.
All right. Well, I think that'll do it for us, guys. Listen, we're gonna watch this no matter what. But so far so good. This was a great first trailer for Miss Marvel, and I'm super excited to see it. Nikki, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and other aspects of the internet at Egglord Nicki.
Zach, where can the people locate you?
You might be able to find me on Twitter. Hi, my name is Zach M. And that's about it.
Yeah, you're going to have to look pretty hard to find that. And you know where to find me. I'll be here making videos, doing things. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at the MontyVerse. You guys can check me out there. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you want to be the first to see content like this on our page. And drop a comment down below telling us what you thought of the Miss Marvel trailer. Until next time, guys. Catch you later.